Peace and love, family. Many of you asked me for my homemade black bean recipe. Well, here it is. The black bean burger started out with some Camellia beans, of course, some pasture-raised eggs. Then we got some sprouted grains. We got some tomatoes, sun-dried, of course. Annie's, the best Worcestershire sauce I could find. Some sprouted rolled oats from 1 Degree. We used some gourmet blend mushrooms with some shiitake, some oyster, and some other mushrooms. We used some red onions, garlic, peppers. We used walnuts to incorporate in our meat as well to add different textures. And then the chili powder, the turmeric, the paprika, the cumin, the black salt. We're adding all type of intentional ingredients to these black bean burgers. I'm gonna show you the steps throughout the video, but please stay tuned and watch how I make this burger intentional for what I have going on. I got a lot of inflammation, so you know that's where the ingredients gonna start. But I also heard when cooking beans or making black bean burgers, you could get a meatier texture when you dry the beans by putting them in the oven about 350 degrees for about 7 to 10 minutes. So I added some of this Mount Sinai olive oil. It's the best olive oil that I found. I drizzled the beans down and I just added them in the oven for my 7 to 10 minutes. I'm not gonna keep the video going for that long. I'm gonna speed it up, but you're gonna be able to see what it looks like when it came out the oven. Here you see me just putting them in, drizzled with a little bit of olive oil. I didn't season them because everything else is seasoned. I added some bread as well. This is the sprouted bread. We want to add more healthy grains along the way. You want to cut out all the bleached and enriched. So this is going to be my binder, my breadcrumbs. I'm using the sprouted bread for my breadcrumbs. And look how meaty these beans look when they come out the oven. They were busting open. They were robust. They were chewy. They were smoky. Look at this. This looks like mushrooms. But now I had to go to my filler. I used a lot of assorted peppers. I used the walnuts. I used onions, garlic. You will see what I did here at the end. I'm gonna let the video play out so you all can watch it, but watch how intentional I am about adding different layers of spices, herbs, different colors for aromatics, different antioxidants, and then I'm gonna use intentional herbs as well. Every step along the way, add healing modalities or properties to help your family's cellular health. It's all about boosting your cellular bank account, right? How you doing that if you're not using intentional spices? If you would like to see me post more of these videos, please subscribe to my page and share my page with your friends and family. And once again, any recipes you want to see me make, put them in the comments. I will try to make what you all ask, so that way I'm making sure I'm in tune with what you all want to see. And if you're used to watching my videos, I'm always adding mushrooms, especially oyster mushrooms. They're good for your anti-inflammatory properties. They're good for micronutrients. They're good for antioxidants. As I chopped everything up and married the herbs and the spices and intentional vegetables together, I want to make sure I add my walnuts too. That's good for my brain health, it's good for nerve health, it's good for antioxidants, it's good for healthy fats. These are things that I want to add because I know I have inflammation going on. Many of you know I'm recovering from being hit head on by a drunk driver flipping my car 6 times. So I need to add intentional herbs and spices. This is why I don't give recipes often, because you got to create things that's intentional for your family based off of what you have going on. My sprouted grain breadcrumbs is almost finished. You see me putting those together. Now the pan, got it nice and hot. I did not add the breadcrumbs to this. I added the vegetables. This is the onions, the peppers, the garlic, the mushrooms, the walnuts. Now I'm adding my seasonings, my black rice, my turmeric, my cumin, my paprika, my chili powder, my pepper. I'm going to add the nutritional yeast a little later with the Worcestershire sauce, but you will see that as well. And this is what it looks like when it comes off the stove. A beautiful, aromatic portrait of love painted by me. Now I'm about to add it to the breadcrumbs. But before I do, I want to add another layer of intentional ingredients. This is 1 grain sprouted oats. It helps with digestion. It helps with protein. It helps with metabolism. It helps with regulating my blood sugar. So I want to add things that help along the way. I want every meal I take in to be worthy of being invested in my body. I don't want to eat meals that's taken away from my cellular health. I want to eat meals that's adding to. So if I can add intentional ingredients throughout the way, so I'm getting 4 to 5 to 7 to 8 ingredients throughout this meal that I know is going to help me, I'm going to do that. You see me sneaking in some nutritional yeast here. That's why I don't eat out a lot, because I know they're not putting the love and intention to my food. My food is healing. I need to make sure it has healing ingredients, as you should too. I mixed and mashed. A lot of people may like theirs a little wetter. Some people may like it drier. If it's drier, it's probably going to crumble. And if you're vegan and want to make this a vegan option, omit the eggs. You could use flax. You could use bananas. You could use a couple other things. But I wasn't trying to go for a vegan black bean burger. I was going for a homemade black bean burger. And I used pasture-raised eggs, which I know is a creamier, healthier egg. You can see how yellow or orange the yolk is. It's actually very creamy. So I use those to help bind my burgers together. Here, once I get it all smashed together to the consistency I like, I'm going to form them and put them in a refrigerator or the freezer for a couple minutes. That way they actually bind together. I'm going to do that while my pan is heating up on the stove. Anybody who knows me know I love a good fried potato, but I'm often using purple potatoes, sweet potatoes, or red potatoes. But if I'm using potatoes, they're just carriers for the herbs and spices. I'm using the same herbs and spices that I would take as a capsule, as a supplement. I'm getting my turmeric, I'm getting my fennel, I'm getting my parsley, I'm getting my oregano. Every herb I use, every ingredient I use serves a purpose to my body. It actually funds my cellular bank account in some type of way. once they were finished, I put them in the oven for a couple minutes so they could stay warm. That's as I got everything else ready. I'll show you me plating the actual burger in a second. And when I say these fries were so good, all these fries were so good. And I finished them off with a little bit of truffle oil. So the truffle oil fries with the homemade black bean burger, oh man, watch me put it together. Here we go. And of course, I had to add some more healthy fat. So I used the avocado as the base, fresh avocados. And if you're using any type of condiments, make sure you're using the simplest condiments as you can. Take out the ones with all the extra gums, all the extra acids, all the extra preservatives, all the extra high fructose corn syrup. Stop giving the extra stuff to your family when we know it's causing withdrawals. It's causing us to have diabetic syndromes. It's causing us to have inflammation. It's causing us to have unregulated blood pressure and blood sugar. Stop feeding your family the extra ingredients when you don't have to. That's why I try to teach people when you're cooking and getting ingredients for your family, make sure you're reading the back of labels so you can source healthier ingredients. As you can see, the Simply Ketchup does not have high fructose corn syrup, no artificial colors, no artificial flavors or preservatives. Yes, I still use ketchup, but I try to get a simpler version. Booyah. I'm gonna post more videos. As you all can see, I tried to make a little happy face because I'm happy that you all stayed to the end of this video. If you all wanna see me make more videos on certain recipes, please put the recipe in the comments section. Here, my romaine lettuce, this is red romaine lettuce. It's actually a red version, has more antioxidants. You know me, every time I go for something, I'm going to try to boost my cells. I hope watching my videos, I can inspire you all to do the same thing. Start trying to get 2x, 3x, 4x when you put things in your mouth. You want to do the same thing when you go out into the world and get paid, right? Your body wants the same thing. Your body doesn't want to be eating dead and destructive foods all the time. Your bank account don't want to be seeing withdrawals all the time. Look at this cellular intentional homemade black bean burger. When I tell you it was love, it was life on a plate, the fries, the truffle fries, the homemade fries with the intentional seasonings, herbs, spices. When I say this was a soulful meal, it didn't take long. And yes, it was a burger and fries, but it ain't your typical burger and fries. I love my family. I love my friends. So I'm not giving them typical food that I know is going to cause their body harm. The best form of love, I always say, is cell love. Please follow my page, subscribe, share it with your friends, and please, once again, leave in the comments your favorite food.